Hi, it's Ruth Armstrong here from Croakey Health Media, and we're here at Ralston at the beautiful showgrounds. We've just had a walk on from Candos to Ralston on beautiful Dabby country, and we've had an amazing time, and we've been able to talk about this place and walking and health. So I've got two people here today to talk a little bit about those things. First of all, we're going to hear from Mary Ellen and then from Molly, who, as you can see, is part of the Australian Walking Artists. A woman of our own heart who loves to combine two things that she loves. So we'll start with you, Mary Ellen. You've come here for a little trip. How did you get involved in coming on the Croakey Go?
I come out here quite regularly because I have bees out here with my friend Meredith, and so we've had beehives for years, and so I have had regular visits over that time, and I love coming here. So, yeah.
Great. Okay, how did you go with the walk today?
The walk was fantastic.
Yeah.
It is actually, you do feel like when you walk, you feel part of the country, so it's actually lovely. Meeting the people, talking to the different people, was fantastic. It's just incredible to meet people who are with such different interests and that coincide with yours. So it's good.
Yeah, it's been that walking the walk with people is just so lovely, isn't it? And we've been reflecting sort of this week, and particularly when we met earlier, about the juxtaposition of the fact that it's so healthy to live out in the country close to nature in a place like this, and yet access to healthcare can be troubling. A few people shared their stories around that. Do you have any thoughts around that?
I have thoughts. I'm really interested in Health Direct. Having just found out about it, I've been speaking about it, and in fact yesterday made a referral to someone from here who's been having trouble getting access to adequate health or even any health, because to get to a doctor here is very, very difficult. But to be able to have access via a telephone seems to me to be really amazing, and the fact that we don't even know about it is a really big problem. So I think just me saying to everybody I know, have you ever heard of Health Direct, is really good, really useful.
Yeah, that's sort of something that's sprung up maybe since COVID, in terms of telehealth and so forth, but it can be a real stopgap for the regions, can't it? We might have to check in with you later about how your referral goes.
Yeah, that's right. I will be.
We've got a proponent of Health Direct. That's fantastic. And Molly, because this came about because you two guys were talking a little bit about health on the way here, weren't you? Can you tell us what's brought you to Candos and to the region for the walk today?
Hi. Yes, of course. Mostly because I'm good friends with Megan Williams, and we've walked together a lot. We've known each other for years, and I also walked on one of the first Croakey Go walks from Manly to Spit Bridge. And that was at the beginning of a big walking art project that I had just started. And now, all these years later, that project is finished. I'm on to other projects, which one of those is bringing together walking creatives, people who put walking at the center of their artistic practice. And so we now have a group called the Australian Walking Artists, and in one short year, we've been so busy. We have an exhibition that we showed early in the year, and we're showing out here at Way Out in May. We have a book ready to publish, a website to publish as soon as we become an organization and raise the funds to be able to do those things. So busy, active. Yes.
So can you tell me, how did you become a walking artist, or maybe realize that you're a walking artist?
Yeah, I think realize is probably the key word there, because it's a lot of people who are creative, artistic. Walking is often a big part of that, at least finding information. I learned about it because I went back to art school in response to the sadness of empty nest syndrome. I took that opportunity to go back and do a fine arts degree. And in my final year at the National Art School, someone said, "Oh, why don't you look at Richard Long's work? He's a British artist, and he's considered one of the grandfathers, the elders of the walking art movement." And I saw a book with his maps and shapes that he drew and tried to walk, and I just went, "This is for me." So I've been captivated because it's just a wide open, definition-defying, interdisciplinary practice, and it's just wonderfully exciting.
Yeah. So I guess some people might hear about walking art, or walking artists, I should say, and say, well, what's that got to do with health? What have you found about that?
Look, I mean, health and well-being and all that stuff, I don't put that at the center of my creative practice, but of course it's always an adjacent benefit. Like I don't own a car, which in Australia, that's a huge political statement. And because of that, like, I don't have to count the steps I walk, because everywhere I go, I'm either running to a train station or a bus station, or running from it and walking everywhere. And so, yes, physically, I'm touch wood, I'm very healthy, and I think part of that is just the fact that I do walk so much. I also run, like I make an effort to stay fit.
Yeah.
But I think being on my feet a lot during the day has a big benefit.